The world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. The seas rage. The earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. Indeed, everyone, this is Final Fantasy. And here we are on the world map. Hello everybody, and welcome to another LP, Final Fantasy 1 Dawn of Souls for the Game Boy Advance. Okay, let's start this off. Head to Cornelia Castle. Here we go. Our first objective is to talk to the king. So, let's do that. And the guard's gonna talk to us and be like, yo, oh, you have crystals, let's talk to the king. Welcome, travelers, I am told you carry crystals, is this true? You damn Skippy, check 'em, check 'em, check 'em. Yeah, shiny, aren't they? It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. And then this Chancellor guy, he's probably all skeptical. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. Yeah, see, what a douchebag. He don't believe. He's a naysayer, he's a non-believer. We need to make him believe. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as a mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you not rescue my daughter Sarah? Fine. It'll get you to lay off me and believe my story. Garland, a white wanton in Majesty's status and abducted Princess Sarah. Ask for her aid and name. Whatever, shut up. Yeah, you want us to go save his daughter. He's at the Chaos Shrine, which is north of here. So let's do this shit. Yeah, you can't do it because you guys suck. And Garland's the best in the land. Well, we're about to show you how good the best in your land is, exactly. Yeah, we wish to journey north, sure. Yeah, the bridge is gone, I know. We'll go get Sarah. You fix the bridge. When I get back, it better be done. You heard me. Alright. So yeah, hello everybody. Welcome to another LP by the Funky G. There's not much else we can do here at the castle. So let's head to town and buy a few things. And I'm going to go ahead and do it while I just ramble about something else. So, yeah, I am now on a quest to do all of the Final Fantasy games. Oh my god, yes, I said all of them. Yeah, scary as that sounds, and as long as that will take me, that is my newfound objective that I've set before myself. Now, that's going to be quite a task, I know, but I think I can handle it. And we'll probably be doing it for a couple of years if I want to really literally do them all, so it should be pretty fun. So yeah, naturally you start with the beginning and we do the first Final Fantasy. Now, you might be asking why I'm doing this GBA version, and the reason for that is because the NES version is slow as fuck. Sure, people say that the Nintendo one is harder. I mean, in a sense it is. If anything, it's just harder to play. It's not a harder game to, you know, just to say that it's harder. It's, I don't know. That's one thing about RPGs. They're not really hard games in general. The only thing hard about them is, you know, keeping your focus right here. See, keeping your focus to actually pay attention, you know, and stick with the game long enough to grind yourself high enough levels to beat everything. And so yeah, I don't find that the original Final Fantasy on Nintendo is hard, but yeah, it's just, you know, it's painstakingly slow. That's the problem I have with it. playing this GBA version is going to go by a lot faster and probably take, I don't know, I'd say about half as many episodes, probably, because of how much faster I can do things. So right now, yeah, I'm just stocking up on some equipment. I got some magic for my mages, and I'm about to grind here a little bit, fight a few battles. I'm going to go ahead and show a few enemies here and show how the battle system works. You just straight up just click attack for everyone because there's no reason to do anything else at the beginning to start this game off. So, yeah, the battle system's pretty simple. Just active time battle. I mean, I'd explain, but if you're watching this LP, you've probably played at least a version of this game before, so I'm not even going to bother with long, detailed explanations of how everything works. We're just going to focus on the gameplay and the story, and for now, I'm just going to show how fast the battling is. If this was the Nintendo version, I would still be doing the first battle right now. It would have taken. I would still be probably shopping in the town right now. That's how slow it is. I tried to start with that Nintendo one, and by the time I had done a tenth of what I could do in 15 minutes on the GBA one, I was like, okay, this is gonna take me like 100 videos to do the whole game and grind and all that good fun stuff. So I was like, fuck this. I'm doing the GBA version. I can do the GBA version in probably 20 something episodes, I would guess. That's my wager. So yeah, as I grind here a little bit, let me point out what I named all my characters. If you have not played all the Final Fantasy games, I'll go ahead and point out where I got the names from. Cecil. Cecil is from Final Fantasy IV. He is the main protagonist in that game. He's a White Knight, or a Dark Knight, who becomes a Paladin in that game. But yeah, he's a Knight, so since I have a Knight, I named him after him. And then my monk, I named him Sabin, which is a Final Fantasy VI character, who I believe, I don't know, I guess you could call him a monk in that game. I would call him a brawler because he's a fucking badass. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI, that's where Sabin came from. If I had used the Thief, which I did on my first playthrough, I would have used the name Locke, which is the Thief from Final Fantasy VI, but that's digression. Don't worry about that if you're not paying attention, that's cool. As for my white mage, I named him Garland. Now, I'm pretty sure all the characters you get in this game are guys, so it was hard to find a white mage in the Final Fantasy universe that's a guy. Like, I could probably, like, think of a character that's not one of the people you use. It's a mage, a white mage, or, you know, a mage who heals, but I was like, I really like Garnet from Final Fantasy IX. She's the princess in Final Fantasy IX, and I really like her, so what I did is I went ahead and used her name, because that name is kind of an ambiguous type of name. Like, it doesn't have to be a girl's name, I guess. I don't know. You don't really name a guy after a shiny stone, though. It'd be kind of weird. Anyways, let me get to the last guy, which is my favorite, Vivi. Oh yeah, also from Final Fantasy IX, the little black mage from Final Fantasy IX, and I mean, there's no question of why I named him that, because look at him, he looks exactly the same. That's how Vivi looks in Final Fantasy IX, the black mage with the pointy hat, black face. That's Vivi. There was no other name I could have called him. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grind here for just until I get one more level up, and then I'll start heading north to the Chaos Shrine. I think I will. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and keep all this in. We're in the intro episode. There's no cuts in the intro episode. There we go. We got to level 3. We're good. So let's go ahead and head back to town real quick. Heal up. It'll save us a lot of MP if we just use the inn. This will give you an idea of how the inns work in this game. Yep. Oh man. I feel like I haven't shut up for this whole first 5 or 6 minutes of the video. Then again, the whole beginning is going to be silence, except for the intro. Oh, let me just point out these guys here in the and if you really don't know anything about this game, like at all, this is a good place to start, because each of these guys will teach you different things. He'll teach you about equipment. He'll teach you about items. This one down here will teach you about monsters, and this one over here will teach you about magic. So yeah, those are 4 of the basic things in any Final Fantasy game, and if you don't know about any of those things, well, that's a good place to start. So we know our goal is to go north and find this Garland, and who kidnapped the princess of Cornelia and kick his ass and bring her back home safely. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let me point out one big thing about this original Final Fantasy game real quick. The story. There's not much story to this game, honestly. The story you get is the intro. That is the story. In terms of like cutscenes and characters and all that fun stuff you usually get in Final Fantasy, that is pretty much non-existent in this game. While there are other characters and things like that, yeah, it's just, there's a very little story. They kind of just thrust you into the world and expect you to figure out everything on your own. Much like the original Legend of Zelda, well, they do that with the original Final Fantasy as well. Now, I just wanted to point out this cave right here is called the Earth Gift Shrine, and we will be coming back here much, much later. It is quite important to it's actually a special cave that was not on the original game. It's only on this GBA version, and I'll talk about a lot more about that later, but it's actually a secret side dungeon that you can open up later. I can go in there, but you can't actually do anything yet. So, as you can see, this game has a very high encounter rate. Luckily, the battles go by very quickly. I've been flying through these battles like nobody's business. Granted, these are very easy enemies who mostly all take one hit to die. So don't think that battles, just because there's so many of them, that you're going to be battling forever. Alright, so shut up. We are in the Chaos Shrine now. Now, there's a couple things I want to do before I go straight up. Garland is actually through this door straight north right there in front of me. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a couple treasure chests. There's one over here to the left, and down here in this room. As you could say, and like I said, we're going to keep running into random battles. Just bear with me through those. Like I said, they're fast-paced, but we'll get through them. For future episodes, what's probably going to happen is you'll see me fight random battles here and there whenever I'm talking about something, or random battles that might take too long. Anyway, here's a leather cap from the chest, but random battles that might take too long or things like that, I might cut them out, which I did a lot of in Super Mario RPG. So, I mean, if you don't want to watch all these battles, I don't blame you. I don't want to watch all these battles, but I'm the one playing the game, so I have to play them all, regardless. So, just for you guys, when I get to a point where the random battles become unbearable, there will be cuts, so just know that in the future, that's coming. But for now, this first episode, no cuts. No cuts in the first episode. We're going straight through. I'm showing you all this shit. I gotta get everything out on the table before we start making edits and all that good stuff. Okay, wolves are all dead, and we get another level up. I expect to get a lot of level ups in this game. You'll just you'll see me kind of fly through all the stat gains I get, because each stat is shown separately up there, and it just kind of takes extra time to just click through all of them. So, I mean, if you really want to know which stat for each character goes up, you could look at it, but, I mean, if you really want to know, just go to the status screen and look at it. That's the best way to check. And it looks like Garnet's going to need some healing here in a second. It's already down to 18 HP. I'll do that in a minute. And then there's more chests up here. We got a potion and a tent. Okay, well those are not equipment, but they are useful items. Now on the top, the east corner in this place, there's actually another room that I cannot get into yet because the door is locked by a mystical key, or a mystical lock, which needs a mystical key to open it. We'll be getting that mystical key, I don't know how many episodes from now, but a little bit later we'll be getting the key, and then we'll be able to backtrack to a few places and open a lot of doors and get a lot of treasure with that mystic key. It's actually part of the main story, so it's not like it's a side thing. Alright, so now that we got the treasures in this place, let's go ahead and... Oh, I didn't mean to go there. Use Garnet's magic real quick. Heal where necessary. I'll just heal everyone, why not? And let's take on you-know-who, Garland. What up, Garland? Look at all those bats. Those bats are cool. Garland, here we go.
The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine.
Yeah, you wish, Garland. And as usual, main character is a silent protagonist.
Who's there? Humph. The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with?
Shh, you don't look scary to me.
You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down!
Shh. Wow, he's gonna knock me down? Like I'm scared that somebody's gonna knock me down. Whatever. I don't know why I went to magic. Shh. Anyways, the only person who can do magic that's of any use right now is Vivi. Yeah, I'm probably gonna refer to all my people as their name, so if you wanted me to call them the knight, the monk, the white mage, black mage, I'm probably gonna refer to them by name. It's just funner that way. Anyways, Vivi's the only one that can do anything, any magic of note. Everybody else can just attack, and when necessary, just use Garnet to heal. And this battle is fucking cake. Look at this guy. He only gets to attack me once at a time, and then I just unload in his face with attack, 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 magic. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, that's it. Garland goes down quick. First boss of the game is a cakewalk. And we have now rescued Princess Cornelia. Oh, Sarah was her name, that's right, Sarah. Princess of Cornelia. And that strange orb, well, if you know anything about this game, that strange orb is going to become very significant later, but we'll get into that when time comes. So, we've rescued her. You've come to rescue me. I don't know how I can ever thank you. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. And that was pretty sweet of her because I don't think we have to walk back on our own. Awesome. Cut us right back to the castle, which is nice. Don't have to walk and get all those random encounters on the way back. Anyway, we're back to the king here. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When darkness veils the world, four warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The four crystals will never shine again. Now, I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the four crystals and to the world. Okay, well, that's pretty much the story of the game right there. There's no more to it than that. Restore the crystals, the four light crystals. If you look in our menu right there on the bottom right, or the bottom right, those four crystals right there that are all gray, well, when all four of those crystals have been lit up, you are ready to go to the end of the game. And for now, as you can see, they're all gray. Now, there's one thing we can do here real quick before we leave. Talk to Sarah the princess. She talks about this loot. It's been entrusted to the princesses of Cornelia for many generations. When Garland abducted her, he used the loot. She wants me to have it. It might aid me in my journey. Thank you very much. It's dangerous to go alone, especially without your loot. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know know what the real use of the loot is. I can't remember right now, but it's nice to have, I guess. And as we leave Castle Cornelia, we will get a cutscene here that shows the bridge going back to the bridge and showing it being rebuilt. And I just want to mention one thing about these cutscenes. I was talking about the original Nintendo version. Well, the original Nintendo version, like I said, is old and from the NES and does not possess cutscenes. So anytime you see things where it cuts and shows like a side scene, those parts just are brand new, added to this Dawn of Souls GBA version of the game. So, I mean, if you're expecting to play the NES version and it to be exactly the same, well, things like this are just non-existent in that version of the game. So, with that, the bridge is rebuilt. That was quick. I kind of expected it to be rebuilt when I got back, but hey, if they can rebuild it before I head over there, that's good enough. Anyways, well, I think that about does it for our first episode here of Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. And next time we will head north across the bridge and see what waits on our journey. So until next time, see you guys later. Peace.